Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Reverend Candace Shibata. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Thank you so much for joining us today. And today we are venturing in, well, not only for you CPAs for tax season, but we're venturing into Earth Day. And so I'm excited that I was asked to talk about Earth Day today in my Dharma message. But we'll get to that a little bit later. But thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us for this very beautiful Sunday morning. Okay, so I'll go ahead and share my screen so that we could all participate together. Okay. So as always, we'll begin with the kancho, or the tolling of the bell. And this is our signal, probably maybe after a very busy week that you might have had, for us to really calm down so that we can receive and hear the Buddha Dharma together. And also maybe set the tone for your next week coming in, maybe schoolwork and work, different responsibilities that you might have. So hopefully the Kansho will allow us to settle our minds and settle our bodies for today, but not only for today, but for the rest of the week as well. So sit with me during the ringing of the Kansho, or tolling of the bell. Okay, thanks everybody for sitting with me. We'll continue our service with the opening meditation prepared by Mrs. Darlene Bagshaw.
There's no place I'd rather be, you right next to me, huddled up under my umbrella. Though the rain keeps pouring down, I never see you frown. You're always up for any type of weather. Ba 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 ba. April shower. time next year.
Please join me in Gassho. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namandouts, 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 namandouts. Thank you, Darlene, for that opening meditation. And we had quite a few April showers just recently. And what I forgot to do was take off my sprinklers. It's on a timer, so I felt so terrible that I was wasting water. But that will definitely be part of my Dharma message as we talk a little bit more about Earth Day and taking responsibility for our actions as well. So thanks again, Darlene, for the opening meditation for April showers. Let's continue on with the chanting, the sutra chanting of Jusege, 3 sacred vows. And of course, this is a sutra that we chant often and regularly here in the Buddhist Church of Stockton and probably all of our temples. And, I just wanted to kind of mention again that this really is an opportunity to hear the Buddha's teachings. And even though we may not be able to understand the words that we're chanting, because we're still chanting in Chinese, and this is related to the way in which Buddhism traveled from India to Asia, including Japan. However, it is our way to be connected to the Buddha Dharma, and this is a ritual amongst all Buddhists. And so please join me in the sutra chanting of Jusege so that we can be together as one, even though we're not here physically all together at the temple. Okay? Agon cho segan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzok seifu jo shogak gawo muryoko fui dai seshu busai shopping seifu jo shogak gashi jo butsudo myosho chojipo kugyo mi shomon seifu jo shogak Ryokujin shonen Joei shubongyo Shigumu jodo Isho tenishi Jinikian naiko Fushomu saido Shoujo sankumyo Konsai shuyakunan Kaihi chiegen Meshi konmoan Heisoku showakudo Tsudatsu zen shumon Kosojo manzok Iyodo jipo Nichigatsu shujuki Tenkon pugen Ishu kaihozo Kosei kudoku ho Jō dai shuchu Seppo shishiku Kuyo wisai butsu Gusoku shutoku hon Gane shitsujo man Toku isangai yo Ryobutsu mugechi Tsudatsu mi fusho Gangaku e し最小尊しがにゃこか大聖の感動極小天人と地妙見ナマナブナマナブナマナブナマナブナマナブナマナブかにしぐどぐ平等聖在どんも大心お嬢あんだこNamandavats, namandavats, 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 namandavats. Okay, so let's continue on with a Gatha today. So I wanted to try to include Gathas. I know I did hear that some do miss hearing the Gathas. So please sing along at home with me, Namu Amidabatsu.
When life is fair and the sunlight gilds the day, when fortune smiles and the flowers adorn our way, oft let us pause with grateful hearts to say, Namu Amida even though our way leads 'neath a darkened sky, and to our loved ones pain and death draw nigh, our tears may flow, yet trustingly we cry, Namu Amida Butsu.
Okay, thanks everybody for singing along with me at home. Okay, so we'll now have the recitation of the Golden Chain. This will be led by Dharma School student Elise Fuji.
I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all those who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace.
Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namandavats, 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 namandavats. notes. Thanks so much, Elise. Okay, so I'd like to share today's Dharma message. And I had mentioned earlier in the service that I was asked by the Dharma School to talk a little bit about Earth Day as we're approaching later on this week. Okay, so Earth Day 2022. So I wanted to first start off by saying, what is Earth Day? And so some of you may already know what Earth Day is, but it's observed every year on April 22nd, and it marks the anniversary of this environmental movement, which started in 1970, so quite a few years ago. So how did it develop? Senator Gaylord Nelson, a junior senator from Wisconsin, had been deeply concerned with the deteriorating environment in the United States. And so something had happened that really prompted him to put this concern into action. So there was a massive oil spill that occurred in January 1969 in Santa Barbara, California. And so if some of you have been to Santa Barbara, you know how beautiful Santa Barbara is with all of that beautiful water around the city. And so Senator Nelson and others were inspired to organize schools, organizations, faith groups, and others to take to the streets, parks, and auditoriums to demonstrate against the impact of industrial development that had serious effects on our health. So it's hard to believe that prior to 1969 that, people weren't showing their concern about what was going on around them in regards to the industry. So following the first Earth Day in 1970, this event led to the passage of the first of many environmental laws, and others soon followed. And in 1990, Earth Day went global. And so since then, it's been history. It's celebrated and observed all over the world. And again, the date is April 22nd every year. So Earth Day in Buddhism, why should we care about Earth Day? So I wanted to think that as Buddhists, we're environmentalists. And so what does being an environmentalist and being a Buddhist mean? So wanted to start off with the definition of what an environmentalist was. An environmentalist is a person who is concerned with or advocates the protection of the environment. That sounds like something I've heard. And of course, Elise just led us in the Golden Chain. And this statement in the Golden Chain really reminded me of what an environmentalist is. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. And so maybe when you do the recitation of the Golden Chain, you might think of younger brothers or sisters, younger siblings in our family. You might think about the pets that you might have. You might think about even the little bugs who are crawling around and doing whatever they need to do, all of the different animals that are in the environment. And so how are we going to do this? How can we be Buddhist environmentalists? So we want to really think about, when we think about the environment and ourselves, the interdependence and the lives of all sentient beings. And so I included these pictures of these babies, a sleeping baby and of course a baby elephant, to really note how interdependent we all are and how we're all sentient beings. So typically when we do the three treasures, I'll start off and then everybody else will follow. And so we recite the three treasures often as well in our services. And it begins with the statement, "Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it." Have you really, really thought about that very, very important sentence that we start the three treasures with? Hard is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. So when you really think about it, so many conditions had to occur for us to be born. And this includes the lives of all sentient beings, of all beings. And all lives are rare and precious. So if you think about even ourselves, one change prior to us being born, say for example, if our families weren't made the way in which they were, if our parents didn't meet, then maybe we wouldn't be here. And so that's why it really, really is an impactful statement for us to say, hard is it to be born into human life? Because one little small change could have a huge different consequence for us, and we may not even be here. And so when we think about our lives and the lives of all of the different beings that live on this planet, we're all interdependent of each other. And we should be able to do whatever we can to support those who are, as we mentioned in the Golden Chain, weaker than ourselves. So on occasion, if there is like a spider or a little bug that might have crawled into the house from the outside, when I was younger, I would always take a shoe, take a paper towel, or sadly, I would flush them down the toilet. And now I feel really terrible about that. But even though I don't necessarily like bugs, this small act of maybe me putting them in a paper cup and then releasing them out into the outside is something that we can do to protect one that is weaker than ourselves. Okay. And so this one act can add up over time. It's a huge impact on that life of that little bug who happened to make it into our house. So Earth Day 2022, the theme is called Invest in Our Planet. And so this is from the website earthday.org in regards to this specific theme. So now is the time for the unstoppable courage to preserve and protect our health, our families, and our livelihoods. For Earth Day 2022, we need to act boldly, innovate broadly, and implement equitably. It's going to take all of us. Okay, and so this statement from earthday.org really made me think about something else that we might have recited, or something that I know definitely that we're taught in our Sunday school, our Dharma classes. And it reminded me of the Noble Eightfold Path. So as we know, number 1 is right view. I shall see things as they are. Right, and part of this is seeing things as interconnected or interdependent, and also impermanent. Okay. Number 2, right thought. I shall have pure thoughts. And so this, to have pure thoughts, to really think about everything that stems from our thoughts. I've probably mentioned this before, but I think that this number 2, this right thought, really connects all of our actions, our view, our speech, our livelihood. So if we begin with our right thought, then everything else will follow. So if we, number 1, see all sentient beings as pure and precious and rare, then we'll do everything in our power to be able to protect not only ourselves, but also others in our environment. Right speech, I shall speak truthfully. Right conduct, I shall act unselfishly. Right livelihood, I shall live honestly. Right effort, I shall follow the teachings of the Buddha. Right mindfulness, I shall reflect upon my actions. And number 8, right meditation, I shall live a life of Nembutsu. And so these definitions were taken from the Buddhist Church of Sacramento service book that they had provided to their members. And so I really think that all of these different things that we've learned during our Dharma school days really, really echo Earth Day and our responsibility as human beings on this earth to act in such a way, maybe very nobly, so that we can protect, again, not only ourselves, but those who are weaker than ourselves, but also think about those individuals, those children, those animals that will continue to be here even after we're gone. And we have a responsibility as Buddhists to act in such a way to know that we're all interconnected. So things that we do, all of the karmic conditions of our actions will then have a ripple effect. They'll continue to affect others, seen and unseen, people that we haven't met before, maybe individuals that we'll never have an opportunity to meet, but they'll continue to have a ripple effect for those individuals and those plants, those animals, everything in the world, even well after we're gone. And so, again, we have a responsibility as Buddhists to be an environmentalists as well, protectors of the earth. And so I hope that some of you, if you do celebrate and observe Earth Day, that you continue to think about the Buddhist teachings in your life and how really they should be the lens in which we look at the way that we live. What can we do to sustain the earth and the resources that we have very responsibly? Because again, they do have a ripple effect. So take in mind all of the different things that we've learned, the different recitations that maybe we might do by rote, but really put them into action, not only on Earth Day, but every day of our lives. Okay, so thank you so much for letting me share this connection between Earth Day and Buddhism and being Buddhist and being an environmentalist. Okay. So thank you so much for letting me share my few thoughts with the Dharma School students and of course all of you as well. Okay, so before we conclude, I wanted to do our last recitation together, which is our pledge written by the Monchu, or the head priest of our Jodo Shinshu School of Buddhism, Koljun Otani. So please join me by placing your palms together in Gassho. Breaking out of my shell, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words, just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance, I shall think and act with an open mind, just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Okay, announcements. Oh, is it Ruby? Oh, you're muted. Thanks, Ruby.
At least my microphone is working this time. Last time I was having problems. Okay, our first item is our Hatsumairi ceremony on May the 15th. And we cordially invite families with newborns or children up to 1 year in age to participate. And Hatsumairi is infants' first Buddhist service. So if you're interested in participating, we'd like to hear from you. There is an application form in the April Karma, and the due date is April 30th. That's coming up this week. And if it's a little late, that's okay, but we hope to get at least one. There's not too many little ones out there. Reverend Shibata's next book club study class will be on Wednesday, April 27th at 6:30 p.m. Sangha Club is continuing collection of aluminum cans and recyclable plastic bottles. Donations may be left by the white bin under the carport area. Help keep recyclable bottles and cans out of our landfills while supporting one of our youth organizations. Remember to donate your service offering by mailing it to the church or donating it through the church website. Are there any other announcements? Okay, if not, we truly thank you for attending today to share the Dharma. Remember, you can always view our recorded services on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
Thanks, Ruby. And just to kind of reiterate what Ruby had mentioned about Hatsumairi, since we may not have young babies, but again, if you do have a toddler or even a younger child who never had an opportunity to participate in this Hatsumairi, even if you've been coming to the temple and been a member of the temple, but this is a wonderful way to indicate that your child is a follower of the Buddha's teachings. And so we're definitely open to having small children as well participate. Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me at the office. Okay, about Hatsumairi. But thank you so much. I was wondering if we had any new friends who are joining us. And if we do have any new friends, please go ahead if you'd like to either unmute or if you'd like to show yourself in the video, you can to say hello, or you can put yourself in the chat and say hello in the chat. But I think I did see a friend, Juliet Bost from San Mateo, joining us today. And so I definitely have exciting news. So hi, Juliet, I see you on the camera there. Did you want to introduce yourself or say hi or?
Yeah, I could do a short introduction. Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to your service. My name is Juliet. I'm originally from the San Mateo Buddhist Temple. I'm currently living in Davis. I recently graduated from UC Davis, and I'm living around the campus in my kind of post-grad, early alum life. And I'm excited to start coming and learning more about the Stockton Buddhist community and Lodi and Walnut Grove. So thank you for inviting me to service.
Davis.
Yay! Thank you, Juliet. And I do have some exciting news that Juliet and I have been in conversation with the possibility of Juliet assisting here at the temple and my other temples as well as a minister's assistant. So we're in the works with that. I'm really, really happy. So thank you so much, Juliet, for the opportunity to work together. And I look forward, and I'm sure all of our temple members look forward to having you join us as well. So thank you so much. Okay, so are there any other announcements that we might have missed or any other Dharma friends that we might have missed? Okay, so no distance learning or anything today?
No, just a request. Can I have the Dharma school teacher stay on just short afterwards? Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, wonderful. So Dharma school teachers, please stay on for a moment. And then everybody else, thank you so much for your attendance today. Happy Earth Day later on this week. And have a great week ahead, and we'll definitely see you next week, okay? So thanks so much, everybody. Everybody, please take good care, and then we'll see you again next week. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.